Dear friends, the 10 topics in this Laws of Life series are like essential building blocks to help shape a strong and grounded self, from inner discipline, life philosophy, relationships, career, to deep peace within. Each topic is a window, allowing us to see our path more clearly. Now, let's walk through these windows together, discovering 80 powerful and profound life laws. Break topic 1, Discipline and Habits. Life doesn't change by magic. It changes through small habits, repeated daily. Discipline and habits, two simple yet powerful forces that shape almost every aspect of a person's life. The more you master yourself, the more you shape your future. In this video, we'll explore 8 essential life laws to help build solid discipline and habits so you don't end up wrecking your own life. White heavy checkmark Law 1, Focus on yourself. Your life is the only journey you truly own. The more you worry about what others think, the further you stray from your own path. Example, a car salesman used to fear judgment when running ads. But once he dared to act and improve his skills, his sales began to rise. White heavy checkmark Law 2, Stay away from those who make you feel lonely. Being around the wrong people can feel lonelier than being alone. Don't let anyone drain your life energy. Example, a woman realized her group of friends only mocked and belittled her. She walked away and found a community that truly lifted her up. White heavy checkmark Law 3, Self-respect must be stronger than emotion. Emotions are fleeting, but character lasts. Don't trade your dignity just to satisfy a moment of emotion. Example, a woman wanted to return to an ex who once hurt her. She chose peace over temporary passion and saved herself. White heavy checkmark Law 4, If they don't value you, they don't deserve you. Staying in a place where you're undervalued only lowers your self-worth. Example, an employee who felt overlooked moved to another company and shined. The right environment will always honor the right person. White heavy checkmark Law 5, Big results come from small, consistent actions. Success doesn't come from sudden leaps, but from steady daily repetition. Example, a young person wanted to learn English. Just 15 minutes a day. After a year, they could communicate with confidence. White heavy checkmark Law 6, The truth doesn't hurt, resisting it does. Having the courage to face the truth is the first step toward change. Avoiding it only drags out the pain. Example, an employee was told he lacked responsibility. At first, he felt insulted. But after reflecting seriously, he changed and got promoted. White heavy checkmark Law 7, Nothing lasts forever, and that's what makes life precious. Every moment is limited. When you understand this, you'll live deeper and let go more easily. Example, an elderly mother felt sad when her children moved out, but then she learned to enjoy her time alone and rediscovered personal passions. White heavy checkmark Law 8, Life doesn't change by magic, but by small habits. Small daily actions, if repeated long enough, will transform your life. Example, a man woke up early every morning to read 10 pages of a book. 2 years later, he became a better version of himself, all thanks to one tiny habit. Sparkles, if you feel tired or stuck, it's not because you're weak, but likely due to the wrong habits. Don't try to change your whole life overnight. Just restart, with small actions, repeated daily. Thumbs up if you found this video helpful, hit like, comment with the law that resonates most with you, and subscribe so you won't miss the rest of the life-changing laws. Topic 2, Life perspective and philosophy. Life isn't fair, but it's still beautiful. No one teaches us how to live. We learn through mistakes. Our early failures are the toughest teachers, but also the most just. In this video, you'll discover timeless life laws that help you live more deeply, more consciously, and walk the path that's truly yours. White heavy checkmark Law 1, Make peace with the past so it doesn't ruin your present. Example, a man held resentment toward his father for years. After therapy, he was free from the past and led his career more effectively. White heavy checkmark Law 2, Don't share everything with others. Example, a woman revealed her business idea too early, and it was stolen. She learned to stay quiet until success was real. White heavy checkmark Law 3, Healing is your responsibility. Example, after a breakup, someone chose to go to therapy, exercise, and became stronger than ever. White heavy checkmark Law 4, Failure is a bruise, not a tattoo. Example, a failed startup taught a man vital lessons, which helped him build a successful business later. White heavy checkmark Law 5, Nothing changes if you don't change. Example, a man started with a 15-minute daily walk and gradually transformed his entire lifestyle. White heavy checkmark law 6, what you give comes back. Example, a man who always helped others later received help from those same people when life got tough. White heavy checkmark law 7, happiness comes from needing less. Example, a couple lived in a small home with little money, but cherished every meal and moment together. White heavy checkmark law 8, life is a long lesson, and you're always a student. Example, a successful entrepreneur still reads and learns daily, knowing, I know enough is the enemy of growth. Seedling life doesn't come with a map, but it does follow unshakable principles. Save one quote that speaks to you, it might be the compass you need for this phase of your journey. Puzzle piece topic 3, communication and relationships. Being with the wrong people feels lonelier than being alone. Relationships can be a source of strength, or a heavy burden. Communication can be a bridge, or a deep divide. In this video, you'll receive 8 essential life laws on keeping relationships healthy, and protecting your personal energy. White heavy checkmark law 1, loneliness is the price of growth. Example, when someone focused on self-improvement, their friends became fewer, but the remaining ones were deeper and more meaningful. White heavy checkmark law 2, be selfish with your time. Not everyone deserves it. Example, a person who always helped others neglected their own dreams. After learning to prioritize, they thrived. White heavy checkmark law 3, sometimes you win, sometimes you learn. Example, a girl failed to get a scholarship. She refined her application and got accepted the next year, simply because she didn't give up. White heavy checkmark law 4, master your emotions, or they'll master you. Example, a hot-tempered employee lost trust. Later, he learned to breathe, manage emotions, and became a respected leader. White heavy checkmark law 5, people treat you the way you allow. Example, an employee reset boundaries at work and gained more respect. White heavy checkmark law 6, maturity is responding with wisdom, not reacting with emotion. Example, a boss was insulted. Instead of getting angry, he calmly invited the staff to talk in private and resolve the root issue. White heavy checkmark law 7, your energy speaks before you do. Example, a calm, smiling man walked into a room and instantly earned people's warmth. White heavy checkmark law 8, no one can understand you if you won't express yourself. Example, a wife felt neglected by her husband until she finally shared how she wanted to be loved. Handshake if you want to go far, go with the right people. Drop a quote you deeply resonate with, it could be the beginning of stronger, healthier connections. Rocket topic 4, entrepreneurship and success. A dream without discipline is just a fantasy. Success isn't magic, it's a formula. In this segment, you'll learn 8 powerful laws to build your career, grounded in inner strength and guided by practical action. White heavy checkmark law 1, if you don't control your mind, someone else will. Example, an employee abandoned his idea because his boss dismissed it. Later, he succeeded by following his own vision. White heavy checkmark law 2, be kind, but don't let anyone take advantage. Example, a woman constantly helped coworkers, and her own work suffered. When she set boundaries, she gained respect. White heavy checkmark law 3, don't pretend to be better than you are. Example, a new intern exaggerated his skills and burned out quickly. When he became honest, he learned faster and gained real recognition. White heavy checkmark law 4, be good, but don't try to prove it. Example, a quiet volunteer worked behind the scenes. Over time, they earned lasting respect. White heavy checkmark law 5, don't take advice from someone living a life you don't want. Example, a girl ignored critical relatives, followed a startup mentor, and found success. White heavy checkmark law 6, you can't control everything, but you can always control your response. Example, a man lost his job during the pandemic. Instead of giving up, he started a business and built his brand. White heavy checkmark law 7, stop trying to prove yourself to people who refuse to understand you. Example, an author self-published instead of waiting for approval and reached thousands of real readers. White heavy checkmark law 8, freedom isn't having everything, it's not needing everything. Example, a man quit a prestigious job, moved to the countryside, and found true happiness. Briefcase careers don't start with a logo or a business card, they start with the mindset within. Choose one law that awakens you, and comment to lock it into your memory. Topic 5, inner psychology and emotions. What hurts you is not the situation, it's how you think about it. You can't control everything that happens, but you can control your inner world. If left untrained, your mind and emotions can take you down. Here are 8 life laws to build true inner strength. White heavy checkmark law 1, don't compare your life to others. Example, a student progressed slower than their peers, but eventually found a job that truly aligned with their values. White heavy checkmark law 2, discipline is the highest form of self-love. Example, a person studied every morning for 6 months, and passed a certificate exam that changed their life. White heavy checkmark law 3, peace is more important than being right. Example, someone chose silence over arguing with family, and kept their inner calm. White heavy checkmark law 4, you can't welcome the new if you're clinging to old trash. Example, a woman cleared out mementos from a past relationship and soon met her true partner. White heavy checkmark law 5, not deciding is still a decision. Example, a girl hesitated to choose a school and ended up stuck somewhere she didn't want. White heavy checkmark law 6, resentment is poison you drink yourself. Example, a woman forgave an old friend and finally felt free. White heavy checkmark law 7, don't believe everything you think. Example, a guy always thought he wasn't good enough. But when he tried, he surprised himself. White heavy checkmark law 8, fear is a lie repeated over and over. Example, a man was afraid of public speaking. But once he dared to try, he discovered his true ability. Light bulb emotions are like water, if you learn to steer them, they'll move your ship. If not, they'll drown you. Let's continue to the next topic. Tough topic 6, letting go and healing. No one is coming to save you. You either rise, or remain where you are. Letting go isn't weakness, it's courage to make space for what's next. Healing isn't forgetting, it's choosing freedom. Here are 8 life laws for deep inner healing. White heavy checkmark law 1, no one is coming to save you. You have to rise on your own. Example, a woman betrayed by her husband didn't complain, she started a kitchen business and raised 2 kids on her own. White heavy checkmark law 2, you can't heal in the environment that hurt you. Example, a man was in a toxic relationship. Only after leaving did he begin to truly recover. White heavy checkmark law 3, time doesn't heal, the right awareness does. Example, someone scammed financially, learned how to manage money, and never repeated the mistake. White heavy checkmark law 4, you can't pour fresh water into a cup full of trash. Example, a girl threw out all objects tied to her ex, cleaned her space, and opened her heart again. White heavy checkmark law 5, letting go isn't weakness, it's wisdom. Example, a woman quit an unfulfilling job and found one aligned with her values. White heavy checkmark law 6, not everyone who leaves is a loss. Example, someone walked away from a toxic friendship and felt lighter and freer than ever.
White heavy checkmark law 7, you can't heal if you keep denying the wound. Example, a man lost his mother but never cried. Only when he allowed himself to grieve did true healing begin. White heavy checkmark law 8, forgiveness doesn't change the past, but it changes the future. Example, a woman betrayed in marriage chose to forgive, not to go back, but to move forward peacefully. Open hands letting go doesn't mean losing, it means opening your hands for what's truly meant for you. If you're carrying a wound, pick one law and begin your healing journey today.
Topic 7, protecting your mind from negativity. Not everything deserves your reaction. Your mind is sacred ground. If you don't guard it, negativity will invade. Here are 8 laws to protect your energy and cut ties with what harms your life. White heavy checkmark law 1, stay away from gossip, at all costs. Example, a man who gossiped often was avoided. When he stopped, he formed deeper relationships. White heavy checkmark law 2, stay silent when you're angry. Example, a teacher stepped out for a few minutes to calm down before returning to a meeting, and saved a key relationship. White heavy checkmark law 3, don't argue with those who refuse to understand you. Example, a man stopped explaining his dreams to his family, and focused on action. In the end, he succeeded. White heavy checkmark law 4, sometimes, silence is the loudest answer. Example, an employee faced rumors. She didn't fight back, just kept working, and earned respect for her professionalism. White heavy checkmark law 5, resentment is poison you drink. Example, a woman held a grudge against an old friend for years. When she forgave, it felt like dropping a heavy burden. White heavy checkmark law 6, don't hurt yourself by expecting others to be like you. Example, a girl felt sad because her friends didn't care the way she did. When she accepted that, she felt peace. White heavy checkmark law 7, you don't always have to react. Example, a man was attacked online. He ignored it, kept working, and let results speak for themselves. White heavy checkmark law 8, no one can make you feel small unless you allow it. Example, a student was underestimated by a teacher. He stayed focused, and later won a prestigious scholarship. Person in lotus position, you don't need to fight negativity, just stop feeding it. Pick one thing you'll stop reacting to today. Because keeping your inner peace is a kind of victory. Topic 8, Self-development. The way you do one thing is the way you do everything. Growth doesn't happen overnight. It comes from doing the right thing daily, even when no one is watching. Here are 8 life laws to help you grow deeply, sustainably, and without needing to show off. White heavy checkmark law 1, if you want to be trusted, live with honesty. Example, a mechanic admitted his mistake before the customer found out, and earned long-term loyalty. White heavy checkmark law 8, no one can make you feel small unless you allow it. Example, a student was underestimated by a teacher. He stayed focused, and later won a prestigious scholarship. Person in lotus position, you don't need to fight negativity, just stop feeding it. Pick one thing you'll stop reacting to today. Because keeping your inner peace is a kind of victory. Topic 8, Self-development. The way you do one thing is the way you do everything. Growth doesn't happen overnight. It comes from doing the right thing daily, even when no one is watching. Here are 8 life laws to help you grow deeply, sustainably, and without needing to show off. White heavy checkmark law 1, if you want to be trusted, live with honesty. Example, a mechanic admitted his mistake before the customer found out, and earned long-term loyalty. White heavy checkmark law 7, your life doesn't change by magic, but by small habits. Example, a person read 10 pages a day. After 2 years, their knowledge and mindset had completely transformed. White heavy checkmark law 8, life is a long lesson, and you're always a student. Example, a CEO still reads and learns from young staff. Knowing, I already know, is the enemy of growth. Seedling, you don't need to be better than others, just better than who you were yesterday. Pick one law and begin your upgrade today. White heavy checkmark law 2, you become what you feed your mind. Example, a student stopped scrolling social media and started listening to inspiring podcasts, their academic performance improved drastically. White heavy checkmark law 3, the more honest you are with yourself, the clearer life becomes. Example, a woman studied medicine to please her parents. Eventually, she switched to design, and thrived. White heavy checkmark law 4, you become yourself only when you stop trying to be someone else. Example, a girl created her own style instead of copying idols, and became truly outstanding. White heavy checkmark law 5, discipline is the bridge between goals and results. Example, a musician practiced daily. After 5 years, he released his debut album and succeeded. White heavy checkmark law 6, the best investment is in your own character. Example, a man was laid off but kept getting job offers, thanks to his integrity and reliability. Topic 9, success is a journey. Success is rent, and rent is due every day. Success isn't a destination, it's persistence on the path. The laws below won't just help you reach your goals, they'll help you stay grounded once you get there. White heavy checkmark law 1, don't fear starting over, it's a chance to build better. Example, someone left a corporate job and opened a small cafe, and lived their happiest life. White heavy checkmark law 2, you can always control your response. Example, a person lost their job during the pandemic, and launched an online brand from scratch. White heavy checkmark law 3, don't wait for motivation. Start, and motivation will follow. Example, a person forced themselves to exercise 10 minutes daily. Gradually, motivation grew with the habit. White heavy checkmark law 4, what you endure today becomes your strength tomorrow. Example, a former homeless man later became a motivational speaker. White heavy checkmark law 5, success is rent, and rent is due every day. Example, a famous chef still sharpens his knives every morning, because mastery has no finish line. White heavy checkmark law 6, you can't heal in a place that hurts you. Example, a man burned out from work. Only after quitting did he recover his energy. White heavy checkmark law 7, if nothing changes, nothing changes. Example, a woman felt stuck. She changed her morning routine, and everything started shifting. White heavy checkmark law 8, the way you do one thing is the way you do everything. Example, someone who kept a tidy desk also managed projects with excellence. Rocket success doesn't come from momentary inspiration, but from consistent action. Want tomorrow to be better than today? Then what will you choose to do today? Topic 10, Inner Peace. Peace doesn't come when life is calm. It comes when your mind is calm, even in the storm. Peace doesn't come from controlling the outside world, but from mastering your inner world. These 8 laws help you find lightness, even in chaos. White heavy checkmark law 1, nothing lasts forever, and that's what makes life precious. Example, a mother felt sad when her child moved out. Later, she learned to live for herself. White heavy checkmark law 2, happiness isn't the destination, it's how you walk the journey. Example, a man thought happiness meant a fancy car and big house. But he found true joy in driving his child to school each morning. White heavy checkmark law 3, comparison is the thief of joy. Example, a young artist stopped comparing his work to famous painters, and rediscovered his passion. White heavy checkmark law 4, simplicity is the height of sophistication. Example, a person cut down tasks, focused on one thing at a time, and saw productivity soar. White heavy checkmark law 5, you can't build the future if you're stuck in the past. Example, a girl once heartbroken healed, and opened up to a new, happier relationship. White heavy checkmark law 6, freedom isn't having everything, it's not needing everything. Example, a man left the city for a simple rural life, and found true happiness. White heavy checkmark law 7, happiness comes from needing less. Example, a couple lived in a modest home, filled with laughter and love. White heavy checkmark law 8, you can't help someone change unless they're ready. Example, a sister tried to get her brother to quit smoking. But only when he wanted to change, did change happen. Dove peace is not a place, it's a state you can choose, every single day. The 10 topics above are not just for knowing, they're for doing. Let's make it real. White heavy checkmark, choose 1 to 3 laws that resonate with you most. Person in lotus position, apply them, reflect and act on 1 law each day. Speech balloon, share your progress and insights in the comments. Bell, if you found value, don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications for future content. Folded hands, thank you for watching till the end. See you in the next video. Stay grounded. Stay growing.